everyone, and welcome back to the shop. One thing I have never mentioned on any of these videos is that I spent 30 years in the Canadian military. I started out as a Strathcona in 1982 in Calgary, and then I was fortunate enough to get selected and pass the course to become a Hell Observer. In 1989 I did that, and then 1990 I started flying with 408 Squadron up in Edmonton, Alberta. I did that the first time for 6 years. I was lucky enough to accumulate Kiowa time at Bell Jet Ranger A model, just over 1,300 hours on that airframe. And then I went back to the Strathconas and I did let me back up a bit. While I was at 408 Squadron, I did a 6-month UN peacekeeping mission in Haiti. I was there in 95. When I went back to the regiment, I ended up going to Bosnia in 97 for the first time, and then we went back to Bosnia in 2000, and then long before that, in 88, 89, I did a 6-month tour in Cyprus over Christmas. So I'm retired now. I've got a lot of paraphernalia left over from the military that I cherish quite a bit. So I've been thinking of little things on what to do with them all, so I can, put it up on the wall. Most of us call it the I Love Me wall. So that's what I'm sort of going to do. I'm going to pick up all my old hat badge, my shoulder titles, my collar dogs, my old rank. I did retire as a warrant officer, my medals, and then some of the other badges and stuff I have for when I was flying at 408 Squadron. So I'm going to zip over to the table now and we'll show you what I intend to do. So keep in mind, some of this still has to get washed. My last call sign in the Strathconas was 1 Niagara Delta. I was the A Squadron SQ. What I intend to do is I've got, red over green, of course. Start off with a top there with my hat badge, the one I pretty much had for all of 30 years. My collar dogs, which needs a good cleaning. Shoulder titles, of course. My rank with my collar pins. My medals. My last dog tags. Now I'm looking for something to go on the left. I don't know what I'm going to put quite there quite yet. So that's, of course, on top. That's my main focus I was a Strathcona, a proud Strathcona. And once a Strathcona, always a Strathcona, and I will always be proud to be part of that regiment. It was a fantastic time, fantastic people, and always look forward to seeing the guys. But I was lucky enough to fly at 408 Squadron as a Hell Observer. So I don't have any of my older name tags, but I was part of the 1 Canadian Air Division, the RACE, which was the Regional Air Control Element West. And there's, of course, my name, and there's one of my shoulder titles, 408 Squadron. And of course, my other shoulder title was TAC Aviation. There's my 1,000-hour badge, Canada Fly, of course. And there's my wings for dress. And of course, Canada Kiowa. And there's my the name tag they made up for me, Jaffo. If you know, you know. For everybody else, that means just another friendly observer. And then, of course, my very dirty Loach Flight badge, which will get cleaned up. So what I'm going to do is I've got a board underneath here. Today, we're going to line everything up real nice like. And, of course, everything here has pins on the back of it, as you can see there. So I'm going to mark everything out, drill holes in the wood, and so everything can be lined up correctly and symmetrically. And then I'm going to have all the badges and my rank sewn on professionally so it's nice and square. Bring it back. I'm actually going to use an old military green towel as the backing for this, so it's got a little bit of depth to it. And put that underneath, and then I'm going to attach it to the wood, the board underneath, and then I'll make a frame. I originally thought about using this wood here. This is maple. I was going to use for it, but one thing, unless I put it on edge, which I could do, I guess, it's not going to be deep enough, because my idea is to light it, is to put a rope light around the inside. So it can be plugged in and then it'll be lit. Or if not, I'm going to attach a light on the top, one of those lights that hang off the front like a picture, and then it'll go in a prominent place in the basement so everybody can see it. Then underneath that, of course, I'll fly my little 1/9 Delta flag. So stick around and I'll show you how I go through this process. And if anybody else in the military would like something like this done, don't have to be a Strathcona. Strathcona's, of course, would take precedent, but if you ever want something like this, just let me know in the comments and we can get together. I live in Sherwood Park, Alberta, so you can send me your stuff and I'll build it up for you for what it costs me, just a little bit extra for hydration. Okay, just watch along as I do this. Okay, so we're all set up here, so let's see, what are we gonna do? So I'd like to find something to go here. Dog tags are there. Here's my accoutrement stuff. I guess nobody's ever seen one of these before. I've never taken one home. Let's see what I got. Stuff. Maybe. Oh my God. Oh, this is for luggage for 408 when we were traveling anywhere. Of course, there's a Kiowa. That. So the top obviously is Strathcona, the bottom is 408. Oh, hey. Hey. A spur. That'll work, hey? Okay, now, question is, does the spur go like that? Or does it go like that? I don't know. I think I like it like that. Hey, if there's any hell observers out there that would like some of these, I've got a whole bunch of them. Have to go to Hell Observers, and I have to know you. I know every single Hell Observer pretty much there ever has been. I flew for many, many years. I was a standards observer at 408. I know everybody. So if you weren't an actual Hell Observer, you don't get one of them. If you're just a mission specialist, sorry, it doesn't cut it. I've got that nice one too. Okay. Hey, just a minute. Yeah, we got something going here. Oh yeah, there we go. I like that. Of course, when I was in Haiti, I did fly in Huey's, so that's why I've got that badge there for going our tan uniforms, tan and green. For those of you who know, you know. And I got a bunch of these guys too. So I think I like the spur. And I'm not terribly proud to say I lost the other one. It could have been at a mess dinner after a mess dinner sometime. Stumbling out after a little bit of hydration. So I've got, well, geez, I got all this. What's that? NORAD. I wonder what I had that for. Huh, I don't know. It's not going to go on. Yeah, see, that's going to go there. That's one of those. I want my TAC Aviation guy. Maybe I should do that. Put all the shiny stuff on one side and all the on the other. There. All right, let's get rid of that. So put this out of the way. No. Dog tags. Even though I do like that. Keep that in mind this time. What do we got here? This stuff. Oh, there's an old one. That's been through the wash 4 or 5 times, eh? And when we were in Haiti, we were part of the UN, so we had blue name tags. Okay, I'm gonna put this stuff away, and then we're gonna start on that. Oh, here's something cool. When I was in Cyprus, a bunch of us became friends with the Australian police, and for the life of me, I forget the sergeant's name. I gave him some things, and he gave me some things. He gave me an Australian bush hat, and this shoulder title, and a few other things. And I should really try and find them. Oh, just a minute. I might change out the collar dogs. I just happen to have two buttons here for, let me get them out. The tag-on buttons for mess kit. And my mess kit is down, still, of course I'll never get rid of it. So what I think the collar dogs will come out, maybe. And I'll put those guys in there. I don't know yet. Maybe I should put both. I do like the collar dogs. The collar dogs are a little larger and people can see them a little better. All right, we're gonna put those there because I might still use those. All right, let's put this stuff away. We'll get back into the meat and potatoes of it. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. That's how I'm gonna have it. Hat badge in the top, of course. Shoulder titles, collar dogs, my mess kit buttons, my last rank, warrant officer. I'll put my last remaining spur. I wish I could find the other one. My medals, of course. Dog tags, Strathcona, 2 thumbs up. And then my good time and my fun time I had at 408 Squadron. Actually, just down the block here, I've got Sean lives there, and he flew with in Griffins for many, many years. He's got like 4,000 hours, and now he flies for Stars, which is sort of neat because he came up looking at at some of the woodworking I was doing. I actually built cabinetry for their house. They redid it, and he happened to come in, and he happened to see a Loach Flight flag I've got on the wall. Here, let me show you that. So when I left 408, I got that. They closed down the flight, and there the flag is right there. Eventually, I'll be giving that to the 408 Association. It's a little dirty now because I do a lot of woodworking in here. But yeah, that's gonna go to the association to sit in the museum, I think. That was, I believe that was made by J.D. DeBoer's wife. Pretty sure. And it was given to me after I left. So, okay, how do we do this? Oh, one more thing. I got these little tiny rings. I've got larger ones somewhere, and I've got an extremely highly organized drawer over there, which I have everything in. And I'll just go through and I'll pick out some nice big ones because that's what this is going to hang off of once it's washed. Of course, will hang off the bottom down here. Where are they? do I do this? I'm not sure. Let's get rid of the wood. All of this, these will be sewn together. Of course, they're just laid on there now, sewn together. This will go, I'll pin this up right nice. And there's a seamstress down here in Sherwood Park that's always done really good work for me. I sewed all the stuff on my motorcycle jacket, all the patches from going to Sturgis and what have you. So that'll be going there. So all I really have to do is find out my exact locations for everything that goes through. So what goes through my wings here, we'll start at the bottom. What I'm going to try and do is keep everything in order. I'm pretty sure I can remember how the heck everything goes. So that's straight there. So what we're going to do, we'll flip this up, and then we're going to mark it underneath here. It looks better if I take these pins out, I line it up, and I just press it in. Just a second. Okay. 14.7. So I'll line up the cloth afterwards. It's okay if I put little tiny holes in the cloth. This cloth is double-sided, so we're okay there. So 7 right there. There we are. Perfect. Oh, come on, you drew a bit. This table I'm drilling into here, I make this out of an old Rubbermaid table. So the table had been destroyed, but the frame on it was still good. So I just put the frame on this, and there we go there. Pardon me. So I was hoping that would go all the way through so I could attach the backings to it, but possibly not. So I might just have to epoxy that in or glue it in there somehow. Cool, go be it, that's the first one. On to the next. Okay, we're back. Okay, the metals are going to be another challenge. Of course, we have all these connectors on here, and there's no way I'm going to use all of them. So what I might end up doing is snipping the middle 3 off, or maybe these 2 and just go with those 3. Let's get those off. But for now, to align them, 14 inches right on the 7. Then go there. I'll just do the same thing. Maybe I will use them all. Press them in. There we go. Cool beans. All right, that's done. So I don't hurt myself, I'll put these back on. yeah, while we're sitting here, after all my flying was done, I ended up getting to fly on 3 different airframes. Of course, the Kiowa, which I have the most hours. I've got an extra 300 hours on the Twin Huey, and I've got about 150 hours on the Griffin. So yeah, 3 airframes, and loved every minute of it. You need something to poke a hole there. So I did like that spot, so I'm not sure how I'm going to attach these yet. The spur, I'll just put a small piece of wire through it just to hold it. So there we go. Goes off to the side. All right, so that's the lower part done. Now the upper part here, I pretty much had that lined up. So okay, let's take all this off to begin with. Don't even need that anymore. What am I doing? So we can't go too high because there is going to be a border. Have to be very careful. Anybody that has had these shoulder titles, these brass shoulder titles, know how flimsy they actually are. Everybody's been through a few sets of them, I'm sure. All I'm doing is taking the backing off there. Okay. I'll get these things. I actually was going to get these gold dipped. Like some people do. We get them gold dipped so they look good. Gold's expensive. I'm not doing that. Dog. Of course, now it'll get sewn on there. There we go. Now, I think what I'll do with these guys, I'll put them there. I know it's a little hard for you to see on that angle, but once they're fully in there, it'll be good. It'll be okay. We want that centered. We want that centered. Barely see them. Cannot see those. That's better. And if the holes are off just a little bit, we can always make adjustments. We can just make them a little bigger because the backing for these things are pretty wide. So one's not quite straight. We can always adjust. I'm not sure if you can hear that noise outside, that scraping noise. My neighbor across the street, they didn't clean their ice good enough, and they're on the low part of the street, so all the water ends up there. So they're having a heck of a time cleaning the drain off. I took my metal detector out there. I work with a lot of reclaimed wood. I don't like that. A lot of reclaimed wood, so I've got to make sure there's no nails in it because constantly buying blades or constantly getting them resharpened gets expensive. So there we go. Cool these. So everything will go in there. Let's see how it all fits. Oh, I didn't do my color dogs, did I? See, this one looks off just a little bit. We can always make adjustments. No, it's not too bad. Oh, I bent one of these things. Let me get my pliers. My watchmaking pliers here, my watch repair. Don't snap, don't snap, don't snap. If you snap, just get epoxy down. There we go. Of course, that sits there. Still got to put the holes in for those guys here in a sec. I'll put everything else in. All right, shoot, put the back in the nose. Nice. Okay, that will go there. So that goes there. Dog tags there. Let's get these collar dogs in there. Silly me. Am I missing anything? I don't think so. Shoot this. Goes up there. There. Let me bring you around so you can see that from my angle. So there we go. So my next step now is to take everything off, pin everything up on the cloth, right there. And then I'll come back, I'll get all that attached on, and then we'll line it all up, get that on, and then we'll make the frame for it. So that'll be it for this video. So thanks for following along. Hope to see you soon in the next one, where we pin everything on the cloth. We'll take it over to the seamstress, we'll get it all sewn on there properly and neatly, better than anybody that I know could ever do it. And then I'll show you what happens next with building the frame for it, inserting it, and then seeing what we're gonna do with the lights. If I'm gonna frame light it like I have with some of my signs, or we're just gonna have the hanging light, which is over top of it, just like an old, just like a picture does. So until next time, take care.